Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's video where I will get a heart attack because of the worst take I've seen in WoS history. Now this is about this post right here, scientifically finding the two worst operators in WoS, which he means one on assault, one on attack and one on defense. Unexpected results, clickbait shit, you know it. And let me just get you through this. I'll talk and you can enjoy my voice, I guess. First one he chose is Lord. Lord is absolute ass. There are people out there who actually like and play Lord, but they will not admit that their favorite operator is absolute baboon ass cheeks. Cool. Hear me out. He only has one last shield, and while it is a very good concept that in paper is straight up OP, the execution of it is horrendous. You cannot stick it on reinforced walls like a real mirror, you can only make a hole in a soft wall and then place it. Why is this bad? Because all the attackers have to do is shoot under the shield and wallbang you. Now let's get onto his loadout. The RPK is the obvious choice to play with Lord, right? Large magazine, big destruction and big damage because it's an LMG. Wrong. His LMG has a ridiculously bad damage and fire rate of 47 and 550. Ghost I2 has the same damage and 100 more fire rate and similar destruction. Scout's LATA2 has the same damage and 120 more fire rate. So no matter what, Lord is getting out damage in every situation. But his gun is spray and pray. My boy, what the hell are you spraying with 550 fire rate? Not only that, but he has no other soft wall destruction other than impacts, but that's for rotate. So either you give up your firepower for a well-placed Lord shield and you give up a well-placed, or you give up a well-placed Lord shield for an okay gun that isn't even all, not only, for a gun that isn't even all not only that, but he has no other soft wall destruction other than the impacts, but that's for rotate. So you either give up your firepower for a well-placed Lord shield, or you give up a well-placed Lord shield for, oh yeah, oops. All that. Lord is just bad in all aspects, and your team will not lose anything if you don't bring him. He needs a rework. Okay, I'll talk about that in a second. Let's go on to which he chose for attacker, which is Breacher. Out of all the operators, he looks at the sheet and he's like, Breacher's pretty shit, right? I know this guy hasn't played a single round with someone who's even just decent at Breacher. Put down the pitchfork, Breacher is good. Just that there are ops that can do what he does but better, or just the same. His shield is easy to counter. His shield is easy to counter! And his FAMAS is really the only good thing, but for a good gun and smokes and hard breaches both, just bring Skull and you got free intel, or bring North and you get a hard breaching and smokes. Breacher's fun and good op, it's just that other ops can do whatever. And that's why he's here. Now, that's a whole other job, but whole other topic. But let's start with Lord first. The main thing he brings here is, oh, Lord is ass because you can only put his shields on soft walls and you can get wall banged through the wall. Then no good Lord puts his shield on an actual like wall. Because they are not dumb. They know that they're gonna get wall banged through the floor. Through the wall. That's why 90% of them just put it on something where they can't get shot through, like a table, or best example would be, I think, Chalet. When you go down the stairs to basement, where vault is, they can just put it on the little table that's there with the gold and shit, and you're not getting through there unless you're really lucky and you peek the right side that they're gonna come out of. It's a 50-50 chance of death. The next thing he says is, oh, his gun is kind of shit and he's gonna get out damaged in everything. Mainly he says Ghost and I think Scout. Now let's have a quick peek at the actual stuff. So this is Lord, 4 armor, glass shield, very weird animation. Don't ask me what Philippe Ford when doing this. I think he was on something. And then we have the RPK. 47 damage, 550 fire rate, and a capacity of 75. You have 2 other guns to choose from. His highest fire rate does 28, and his second best gun, I guess, does 37 and 650. Very good. Now let's have a quick peek at, what did he say, Ghost, was it? Ghost, and he said the IA2. Yes, similar, has 60-50, but it only has 20 bullets. That's the problem. The IA2, while a good gun, has only 20 bullets, which means you can only shoot someone 20 times. While Lord, on the other hand, his RPK has 75. So the stuff about him saying, oh, spray and pray, what are you gonna do? You can just hold an entire, like, an area by yourself by just pre-firing or just pretty much sitting behind your glass shield. What else he said was Scout with his L80. Yes, also same damage, also higher fire rate. This time 30 capacity, where you would be like, oh yeah. So Scout is a lot better. First of all, Scout is on attacker, so the entire argument is, I guess, a bit invalid, because you can't play Scout on thing. He said it's about getting out damaged, but he's a 4 speed. He has, I think, 100 HP to, I think Lord had, like, I don't remember quite, but I think it was around 150, 160 HP. Plus, if you put in a guard, armor plating shit, he's extremely strong. Furthermore, what did he else say? Again, and then he goes again on the, oh, you have nothing but impacts. The only thing you need are impacts. And again, he says, oh, either good placement of... That's not good placement. Putting a Lord shield on a soft wall is not good placement. But yeah, that's pretty much my entire thing of the Lord segment. Now let's get to Breacher, which is just, I think, the worst take in the entirety of Ross history. It is crazy that he thinks Breacher's, out of all of the operators, is the worst. I know the attacker side is pretty good, but Breacher is probably the best, if not the second best that you can pick. He will win if you're good at using breachers, or if you're against someone who's good at using breachers, or even decent. You're pretty much not gonna win the 1v1, or even a 2 versus 1 you can win. He says the shield is easy to counter, which is just, how are you gonna counter it? I want to know what he thinks countering the shield, or how easy the shield is to counter. Let's say you throw frag grenades. Most of the time frag grenades won't do any good damage if you hit it in front of him, because what I've noticed is, I don't know if it's a bug or intentional, most of the time it does barely any damage, if any damage, to the shield if he has it out. If he thinks about shooting the hand, you can just hold shift and the hand will retract into the shield. What else? Oh, you run at him. Either he's gonna aim while you're running, or he's gonna just hipfire you, and knowing how lucky the shield mains are for some reason, he's gonna probably kill you before you get to him. The only thing you could beat him with would be the smokes, but he will see you either pulling out the smoke, in which and because of that he will right click shoot you. So right click, by the way, is ADS. I just say right click sometimes. Yeah, ADS shoot you. Or if you are like behind something and you throw it and you surprise him with it, he can just walk backwards, and because he has pretty high HP, he'll just get out of it alive. He says, oh, you can, the FAMAS, no one picks the FAMAS on breaches. Only newbies pick the FAMAS on breaches, because apparently it's the only good thing, but it is his only gun and no one picks it. He then says, what was it? Oh, well, just bring Skull. Skull hasn't got the best guns, and currently, to be honest, he is actually the worst operator. Yes, he can be used for intel and shit, but as soon as you run out of your 2 flying drones, which aren't that hard to hit, it's pretty much over, and you have to go in. And it says, or bring north. Again, Breacher has a hard breaching charge, which you can use to open stuff. And the problem with both of them is Empata can counter both of them. And yes, north might be a better option, but if you just want to win games and annoy the other opponents, just pick Breacher. Pretty much my entire... it wasn't a rant, I guess. It's just... talking about it. He also says scientifically. That's how I know he he does know what he's talking about. Cause yes, on paper they are both, I guess, not the best operators. But off paper, they are monsters if used correctly. I guess you can say that to every op. But currently there's not a big unbalance between operators except Breacher, who's currently by far the best operator in the game because he's just so broken. But yeah, pretty much my rant, I guess. That's another Ross video I can just quickly release. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and shit, and I'll see you later. Bye!